And we are live. Hello, everybody. My name is Unirisfitness, and I am honored to be one of the co hosts of this event that we are doing as we are giving you a behind the scenes as to what happens in our wellness coaching opportunity, because this is an opportunity. Before we go any further, I just want to give you a few details about myself. My name is Uniris, very unique. I am from Dominican parents, and they came to the United States. I was born in New York. I was raised partly in New York and partly in the Dominican Republic. I am a middle child. So I have a lot of the middle child syndrome. I am also married. I've been married now for 21 years to the man of my dreams. I met him while I graduated high school, and I completely fell head over heels for him. We have two amazing children, one of 19 years old and an 11-year-old girl, a boy, Joel, and my 11-year-old girl. They are both one of the main reasons why I do what I do, and I strive to be a better person every single day of my life. I am a strong believer of Christ. I believe that I have to exchange my fear with my faith on a daily basis in order to go forth and give him glory for everything that I do. Because if it weren't for him, I would not be able to be where I am at today. Before becoming a full-time Beachbody coach, I was a teacher in the elementary school level. I have a bilingual dual certification in elementary school and bilingual ed. I taught for approximately 12 years in the classroom setting, and then I moved from there. I started as an ESL substitute teacher. I became a regular ESL bilingual teacher while I was getting my master's certification. Then I navigated the system. So I was a middle school teacher, then I was a elementary school kindergarten teacher for 2 years and a second grade teacher for 5. I truly love the community. I love teaching. It comes to me naturally. It was all I ever wanted to do as a child. I only dreamed of becoming a teacher. So everything I did was relating to teaching. My first job was as a daycare center teacher assistant at the age of 16. So I'm not going to date myself, but I did celebrate my 40th birthday a few years ago now. And I am proud to say that I am in the best shape, health, and mindset of my life. There's always space for growth, and I believe in growth as one of the main goals that we should all have in life. I have an amazing family who supports me and TF Lola. Thank you for joining. As I am speaking, if you have any questions as far as what this is all about, please feel free to write them in the comment section below. I tend to speak with my hands, so I try to tie them down here because as a Latina, that is normal. Do not be surprised if I speak some Spanish in the between of it all. But my goal today is basically to give you a behind the scenes or a background information as to who I am. And if you are considering becoming a coach, what does it take for you to be a coach? A lot of times we have these preconceived notions that we have to be fit, or we have to have some certain knowledge or training before we become coaches. And in my personal experience, I started as a coach because all I needed was a discount from the products that I was receiving. I was a full-time teacher at the time that I enrolled, and I was 50 pounds overweight. I needed a change. I didn't know what change looked like, and I didn't even have an idea that this was an opportunity available to me. All I needed was a solution. I needed something that would help me lose the weight and keep it off because I was tired. And I was not fit. I was 50 pounds overweight, but I had a need and a desire for change, and that was my lead. So what does like, are you a right fit? And I will continue to speak about that and go back to my story and speak to you about what that means. And I have a few notes on questions that I want to ask. If you have a big heart, you are a good fit to become a coach. Why do I say that? Because I was confused. I was lost in my whole idea of losing the weight after having 2 C-sections and my 2 kids. I was in the yo-yo diet syndrome where I would try everything in the earth, from onion soup, cabbage soup, all the pills, all the fajas, all of that. And I would notice that some people were more successful just as, losing their weight. And I would ask, like, what are you doing? And they would just simply say, oh, I'm not eating rice, or I'm not doing this, or I'm not doing that. And I would be like, oh, but I do that. And it doesn't work that way. Like, I don't see results. So I learned that to be a coach, you need to have a big heart. You need to have the goal that you want to help other people just by sharing what is working for you. So I started to coach 7 years ago, and all I did was share my recipes for my shakes. I shared what helped me lose my first 18 pounds. I shared what were my nutrition, my recipes as a Dominican. How do I continue to lose the weight and still enjoy food? So whatever you know that is working for you, if you share that over, then that continues to multiply. So number 1 is, if you have a big heart, you're in the right place. Number 2, do you like to help others? So as I mentioned before, I am, by career choice, I am a teacher. So I am in the service of others. I do like people. I enjoy being in the company of others. I also have like this thing where if I go to your house and your sink is full of dishes, I'm going to roll up my sleeves and I'm going to go in and I'm going to help you. Because that's who I am. It's in my nature. I like to help people. I also notice needs. Like, there are people who look sad. There are people who look like they could use a lipstick recommendation, although I'm not an expert, but I'll share with you what is the lipstick I wear to see if it can help you, right? So if you're okay with liking people and you're okay with helping people, you're in the right place. Would you benefit from earning a side income? So yes, you can still have your full-blown career, your 9-to-5 job, your career. I had my teacher's career and I still needed a good $200 extra a week. And then it became $500 a week. And then it became $1,000 a week. And now it becomes $2,000 a week. And Beachbody does not guarantee any level of success. It is all dependent on your level of work and ethic and the way you portray yourself and take responsibility over the business that you are doing, right? So I wanted always to be a stay-at-home mom. But I didn't want to be a stay-at-home mom and become a burden to my husband, because I did have a secure income with my teacher career. I had a secure health insurance with my career, and I had paid vacations with my teacher career. So I didn't want to just leave my job, abandon ship, and then come home and depend on my husband to buy my underwears, depend on my husband to go buy clothes for myself, because I was independent as a career woman, right? I wanted to be home. I wanted to be productive, raise my kids, be the manager, because obviously I am the one that takes control of the bills and all the other stuff. But I didn't want to become a burden to our finances. I wanted to contribute to our finances. And this was a way that I could do that. And I noticed that I could because since I had my job, my career that paid me on a bi-weekly basis, I was able to take my pay and use it as usual for my bills. And then whatever I earned from this side income, I would put it to the side. And then when I had $500, $1,000, I would use that money to pay off credit cards. I would use that money to go shopping for new clothes because I was dropping the weight. So now I was in need of new clothes. So therefore, I knew that I had this open opportunity for extra income, and I considered it. And I saw that, it's not that different from what I'm already doing because I am teaching. Now I'm just teaching in a different aspect. So if you have a big heart, if you are a person who likes to help other people, if you have a need to help yourself and add extra income to your finances, you're in the right place. Are you passionate about health and fitness? Now, I say passionate. I'm not saying are you an expert? Because here's the thing. When I go back and I look at myself and I think, what am I really passionate? I am. As a matter of fact, I've never been good in science or math. I'm better at writing and reading. So when I was in college in my bachelor's career, I would select as an elective all the classes that had to do with nutrition, just so that I wouldn't go for biology. And as a matter of fact, I took 3 nutrition courses, which were equivalent to the credits I needed that would solidify my my electives, what it was that my free whatever points those were. And that was one of the things that opened up my eyes. Like, I was interested in health and nutrition from the get-go. When I was in high school, I would teach my parents, like when the step aerobics came out, I would teach them, look, this is what I did. Or I would buy all the Jane Fonda videos. I had all the Type O workouts. I was a fan of everything that had to do with fitness, because in my mind, everything, all those infomercials looked cool and I could do them all. The only thing is that I would buy them, but then I wouldn't do them because I didn't have anybody holding me accountable to it. As a matter of fact, I think about 12 years ago, I purchased the first Turbo Jam DVD that came out, and I did it for 2 weeks. I lost a good amount, maybe like 6 or 7 pounds, but then I stopped cold turkey because nobody was really holding me to it. So I think that because I was passionate about health and fitness, this opportunity was the right fit for me. I can talk for hours, and that's why I had to write some notes, because I'm like, I can go on and on and on. As a matter of fact, when I was we had purchased the kids a Wii program, and I stepped on the scale, and as I was doing, I guess, the fit test, it considered me to be like a 65-year-old woman, and that was like a stab in my heart. I was like, how could they, like, I have a thing with age. I don't like to be thinking that I'm getting old. I want to be young forever. I get that from my father, but that's a side note. So when the Wii console told me that I was like a 65-year-old woman, I was like, wait, I'm 36. How could you be looking at me like as if I was? But it was because I was 50 pounds overweight. I could barely keep up with the challenge, and I was out of whack. My lower back was hurting. My ankles were swollen. I was in a lot of pain, and it was because of my unhealthy habits. So, are you passionate about health and fitness? Is it something that interests you? Are you curious about getting better at it? Then you're in the right place. Are you in the need to be part of a positive community? Because this was a big one for me. I'm one of those people, I'm not a lone ranger. I thrive when I'm in a community of like-minded individuals. I am not very good around complainers. I don't like people who are constantly nitpicking at things, or people who are talking about others behind their back. I am more in tune with people who are seeking change, who are seeking to be part of the solutions and not of the problem. I'm more of how can I help you? Like, how can I contribute to this? If there's a group of women out there sending a message of, we need to take care of ourselves more, then I'll raise my hand and I'll be like, I volunteer to be a participant, because I believe that together we are more, together we are stronger. I don't believe in competition. And this community offers that. Like, I feel welcome here. I feel like I don't have to be anybody that I am not. I feel like I am allowed to be in my space and grow from there. I'm not being judged. As a matter of fact, we host these communities privately, where we help people stay accountable to their goals. And one of my rules is that this community has to be free of judgment. Why? Because I know that I was very much judged in my other life, right? Before I met this community, I was, like at work, I was, kept away from people who did not want to collaborate with me because they thought that I would steal their ideas, right? I wanted to be a part of something that felt bigger than me. And I know that there is a big need, but I know I can't do it alone. So I I partnered up with this mission, right? We're part of a big team. We're part of a community who just wants to see change. And it starts with us, right? Because we have to be the ones who want to be the change that we hope to see in others. It can't come from this whole idea of, well, you change, and when you change, I'm going to step up. No, no, no. Turn it around and come back to you. So reviewing, I have a big heart, so I'm good. I like to help others. Awesome. I want to earn a side income. Beautiful. I am passionate about health and fitness. Let's do it. And I want to be a part of a positive community. You're in the right place. So, do you have big dreams and goals for your life? I know when I think about myself, I don't think of myself as a big dreamer. I like to, and have had to teach myself to dream big, because I know that actions speak louder than words. So when I hear these big dreams, I'm like, that's unattainable. That's impossible. But I've had to teach myself that it's okay to dream big. And that was one of the reasons why this sparked my attention, because I knew for a fact that I didn't want to stay in the hamster wheel for the rest of my life. I knew that I didn't want to just go into the same classroom and teach the same curriculum in the same building to the same grade level and go through the same bureaucracy and all of the things that go behind the scenes as an educator, right? I also knew that I didn't want to get into more debt by going, because I could have gotten out of the classroom as a teacher and go for my 6-year administrative position. But that would have meant more school, more income strains, because now I had to get more loans to pay for the school. And I didn't want to do that. Like, I wasn't willing to pay the price. So therefore, I needed to do something that would take me out of the classroom and would add still purpose to my life. Because again, I didn't want to live a purposeless life. I wanted to feel like my life was useful for something or someone, right? So I didn't want to continue doing the same thing over and over again. And just a small idea of when that happened, I vividly remember closing down the school June and walking past a teacher who taught history for 35 years in the same classroom. And as she was retiring and she was putting away all her things, she was removing the posters that she had up in the classroom. And it had like literally the initial paint behind that wall. And I said to myself, wow, that's admirable that that person is able to hold this job for 35 years and retire. But that can't be me. I can't imagine my life just doing the same thing over and over again. I needed something different. And this was a great opportunity for me to go all in. And I had the opportunity to see the changes that I wanted to be a part of, and then go in and actually be a part of the solution. So I knew that I didn't want to stay there. And I knew that if I tried this and it fit my standards, then it could be an opportunity that could offer something better for my life. And it has. I no longer work for the Board of Education. I am a stay-at-home mom who brings additional income to my home. I am present for my family. I also travel, and I get to bring my family with me. As part of the business, we get to earn trips, and they are all earned by our hard work and efforts. I get, for the 7 years that I've been a coach, I have earned those trips, and I have been able to bring them along with me so that they can experience what I am a part of. I am also rewarded with the idea that because I took a decision to change my life for the betterment of me, I have also impacted the life of others. And that's big dreams. So my father, we come from a family that has a lot of like heart disease, diabetes, and a lot of health sickness and stuff. And thankfully, my father has adopted the same principles. He drinks the shake. He's been drinking it for 6 years. And he's never had an issue with high blood pressure. He had a pacemaker put in his heart, but he's never, ever had like an issue where his cholesterol is out of whack or he's not healthy, and he attributes his health to the superfood that he has. My mother has an autoimmune disease and she has to eat anti-inflammatory foods. Thanks to this opportunity, my sister and I have been able to guide her and guide her nutrition so that she eats in a way that helps her stay healthy. My sister, who's the baby of the family, has been able to lose 85 pounds and keep it off. I don't know that I can put a number, a price, or a value to that. For these past 7 years, I've been able to help many people believe in themselves again. Walk the path of a healthier version of them. Not because they've become perfect or not because they become or they may have reached their goals, but because they decided to get better. And thank you, Sori. I appreciate you as well. So if you have big dreams for your life and the life of the people who surround you, you're in the right place because you're not going to stay the same. You're going to be encouraged to change because, as we like to say, this opportunity offers you personal development with a compensation plan. Because part of this is the goal is that you don't stay the same. The goal is that you strive to improve in the areas in which you are weaker. It could be your mindset, it could be your nutrition, it could be your finances, it could be your fitness. Wherever you are, you fit in and you start to develop that so that you can become better. Are you a self-motivated goal-getter? So I know that one of the things about this journey is you need accountability, you need support, you need somebody to call you out on your excuses, right? But are you internally one that knows that you want more for your life? Then you are in the right place because you are going to work with what you already have. So if you have strong ethics, if you have strong career work habits, you're going to just bring that in and transition that into this career as a coach. I don't like to call it a hobby. I take it serious because I believe that just like doctors deal with people's lives, as coaches, we are handed the life of someone else. So I honor and respect that. And because I honor and respect that, I show up in a different way. And I make sure that I am proof and I'm leading the way with whatever it is that is helping me become better. So if any of these match your credentials, then all you have to do is decide and say, hey, I am ready to go. So reach out to the person who invited you to this event, to this page, and let them know you are ready because one of the above. Either you have a big heart, either you like to help others, you want to earn an income that will add to your finances, right? You are passionate about health and fitness. You want to be a part of a positive community. You have big dreams for your life, and you are a goal-getter. So if any of these fit you, we want to be partnered up with you. All right, my friends? So with no further ado, I will see you on the other side.